crush grapes is a lifestyle. And I am Mr. Cabernet, a Cabernet.
Hey yo, what's shaking, y'all? This is Cabernet, cooling out on a lazy Saturday afternoon, sipping a glass of Grenache Rosé, Harlem, USA, at the Crushed Grapes Penthouse Loft. I wanted to touch on management today, briefly, you know, because I'm actually looking for new management on the music side of things, and I'm looking for management, talent management for my children. And over the last 14 years of being in the music business, I've dealt with a number of different managers. You know, some of them became good friends, others, you know, did not become good friends with me. But there's a lot of things you need to look out and check out for when you're looking for management. And I just wanted to touch on a few things. Number one, the experience I had a couple days ago. You know, I took my kids into this Midtown management agency, which is pretty well known. Been around for years. And that's one thing you need to remember. Just because a company's been around for years doesn't mean it's a good agency or a good management company. A lot of them been jerking cats for years. And they just prey on those that don't know. And that's how they keep, you know, they won't get a referral to get more business, but they'll keep, there's always another sucker one to come through. So I brought the kids through, I brought their pictures through. You know, the guy sounded like he was interested. You know, he told me what he does, what his company does. They're not agents, they're not this, that, and the third. So he gives me this contract, and I told him before I came, I don't like to sign contracts on the spot. If I just met you, just walked into your office, I like to take you home, or either, you know, be able to think about it for a day, then I give you the decision the next day. But he told me I had to basically sign it on the spot for us to move forward. So that was number one red flag. So I looked at the agreement, I said, well, is this negotiable? He says, no, it's not negotiable. After everything he told me, okay, regarding my kids and managing them, how I can get them all this work, number one, he charges 20%, which is okay with me because that's pretty standard in 2009. 20% for a management fee is pretty standard. It's like the new 15%. Number two, 10% of my children's cut is going to the actual agency that he's getting me the work for, which is ridiculous. So that's 30% gone. They shouldn't be charging anything from me. I'm the talent. Number three, it costs $20 sit-down fee to sit down with his photographer, which I don't even need because I got my own photographer. Number four, he charges a $650 fee to get started. Now, stop the presses, okay? Because that's ridiculous for any manager. If a manager seeks you out or you seek him, it doesn't matter. If a manager recognizes your talent, okay, and says, I have the means and the wherewithal, the contacts, the team, the experience, the drive, the dedication, and the funding to actually back you, okay, to get you work, and I'm going to take 20% of what I get you, that's it. They're not supposed to charge you. That's like saying, okay, you have to pay me for me to agree to work for you, and you're going to pay me to work for you. No, I don't mind paying you to work for me and get me some work. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to pay you to agree to work for me. That's
Mr. Cabernet.
Basically, I let him know that he was Cabernet. And why? Because a lot of these guys, they expect you to just walk out. First of all, they expect you just to sign, because they set this shit up like that. Your kids are there, your kids are excited. And all that is just whack to me, and I let them know. I told my kids to, you know, sit outside, and I had to talk to this dude and just let him know, listen, I know what you're doing. Again, you're trying to play a player. I've been in this business just as long as you. It's the business of entertainment. It doesn't matter whether it's music, talent, modeling, acting, whatever. It's entertainment, and it runs the same script. So you're just another face behind the desk that I sat with hundreds of you. Okay, so shame on you if you jerked me once. Shame on me if you jerked me twice. So I could fall for the okie doke again. There are a lot of fair managers out there that are well connected, and a lot of reason for their charging you enormous rates and percentages is because of that, because they're well connected and they can actually make a phone call. Their Rolodex reads like a who's who of the entertainment business. So, you know, sometimes you might have to take an L in the beginning, or you know, to get to that next level. If somebody's charging you even 25%, they're saying, listen, I'm connected with A, B, C, D, and E. They're on my speed dial on my cell phone. I can call them up, get you on this show, get you an audition for the show, get you a meeting with this record label exec, you know, the president of the label. I can get you in the door. You can get all around the bullshit red tape. For that, this is going to cost you 25% of this deal. So if you come out of that office with a six-figure deal, you got a, even if you got a deal for 100 grand, I want 20 grand. That's understandable, and to me that's fair, because you basically are charging people for your experience and the contacts and relationships that you built over the years. I get it, but that should be it. Okay, you work for me, I don't work for you, and that's what you need to let managers know off the bat. They work for you. CL Smooth said it in one of the records of Pete Rock and CL Smooth back in the day. And let the management work for me, because I don't need the unnecessary hostility. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. Artists, we don't need that. We don't need the unnecessary hostility. That's why we hire management, because we got to go through all this and jump through hoops. You know, as an artist, you know what I'm talking about. You ever walking on the street, from whatever you do, it doesn't matter if you paint, you act, you model, you draw, you make music. You know, I've walked down the street many a days with a demo tape or a CD in my pocket, and I remember feeling like, you know, saying to myself, you know, I'm the only one in this world. I'm walking around with $1 million in my pocket and nobody knows it. You know what I'm saying? I can't convince anyone that that there's $1 million in my pocket on this CD. And as an artist, when you know what you have and you know who you are, you have to believe it. Because if you don't believe it, a manager's not going to see it. The manager that you want, they're not going to see it either. You have to see it. So once you see it, then you have to figure out how to get it into the sight and the view of those that can actually help take you to that next level. A great manager with that Rolodex of who's who, they can charge 25% and actually screen the artists or the talent that they're dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? They don't even take unsolicited calls or packages in the mail. They don't even with you. If you don't come from a reliable source, they're not even trying to pay you no mind, because they don't have time. There's 100 people that said they can rhyme and sing and act and all that. They don't have time to filter through all of that. They're like, listen, I'm trying to make money. My name's on the line. I can't be dealing with, you know, every MySpacer that, you know, can put up a record and say that they rhyme. They want the best of the best, and their name's on the line. So I dig it, you know what I'm saying? But again, you gotta just watch out, you know, because it's easy for them to do their job. They don't have to do no work, really. If you got a who's who Rolodex and, you know, you have the next big talent and you have them, you know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is make some calls and send some emails. You don't have to develop them. And that's what this industry has become, is a bunch of people waiting for a talent with their own, a talent that's done their own work. A recording artist that has their own following by hustling and you know, sacrificing blood, sweat, and tears, and apartments and friends and family, so that they can create a certain kind of buzz. And once they do, then the management wants to f with them. Then the label wants to f with them.